Okay, right. So Python. See, the Python is a general purpose high level programming language. It is a general purpose high level programming language. So like C, C++, Java programming language. Okay. Next. Basically, the Python was developed by Guido van Rossum. The person name is Guido van Rossum in 1989, but officially in the market, the date of birth Python was February 20th, 1991. Actually, it is developed in Netherlands. Okay, so Python was developed in 1989 by Guido van Rossum. Guido van Rossum. ఎక్కడ వేర్ at Netherlands. Okay. So it is general purpose high level programming language like C, C++, Java. Python was developed in 1989 by Guido van Rossum at Netherlands. But officially the date of birth for the Python, date of birth is February 20th, 1991. This is the official date of birth for the Python. That means this Python came into market. Okay. So Python is recommended as the first programming language for beginners. Actually, when I was doing my BTech and all, so that time the first programming language is preferable as the C language. Now people are preferring to use Python. Of course, the Python is adopted lot of features from the C language and all. We will see. We will talk about it. So Python is recommended as the first programming language for the beginners and all. So if you start working with Python, here you are going to learn about procedural oriented language features like C. You are going to talk about like object oriented features like C++ and Java. And you are going to talk about like scripting oriented features like shell script. And you are going to talk about like modular programming. So like Scala. So this kind of, so there are different programming features are adapted in Python. And so that's why Python is the one complete programming language where you can use all kinds of programming features. And so normally if you are working with C, in the C, it consists of only procedural oriented features. If you want to talk about object oriented, again, you need to go with either C++ or Java. Again, if you want to work with like scripting languages, you have to use either shell script or maybe JavaScript, something else. So if you want to combine all the features in one programming language, that is Python. Okay. It's not only that. What are all the applications which is using by Python? Okay, we will talk about it. Okay, so for the beginner's point of view, this is the best choice. Okay, so Python is recommended recommended as the first programming language for beginners. Python is recommended as a first programming language for beginners. Okay, so it is a general purpose high level programming language. Python was developed in 1989 by Guido van Rossum in Netherlands. The official date of birth for the Python is February 20th, 1991. So Python is recommended as the first programming language for beginners. Okay, right. See, generally, let us consider if you take hello world program in Java. If you take hello world program in Java, how would you write? How would you write? So first, you are creating a class like this, class, public class, hello world, hello world. This is the class. So without creating a class, you cannot write single line of code in the Java. So you are creating even small function also under class only. Okay, so public class hello world. So here you are writing public static void main. Here you are giving string args. Inside you are writing system dot out dot println, and here you are writing hello world. To write one small line of program, you have to write like this in the Java. This is Java. Let's say if you take like C programming, if you take C programming, so first you are writing header files like hash include stdio.h void main, and here inside you are writing like this printf hello world, printf hello world. So like this you are writing the program, right? But in Python, see, if you want to write the program in Java, you have to write. See, that too, this syntax I am using in the, assuming this program I am writing in the Eclipse or IntelliJ. So to write this simple world program, you have to write these many lines of code. And similarly, if you want to write the programming in C, first you need to import or you have to add all the header files, and then you have to write this void main and then printf hello world, all these things. But in case of Python, simple. There is a statement called printf. Sorry, not printf, only print. Print hello world. That's it. Hello world. Immediately it is going to give the output as hello world. With one simple function, you can execute the program. So in Java, if you are writing 10 lines of program, in Python, you are writing one single function. The Python syntaxes are very, very easy when comparing with other programming languages. and it is easy to understand like English statements. Okay. Yeah. So far, any doubts?
No.
Yeah. Jaya, Gayatri, Diksha.
No, sir.
Right. Okay. Right. See, actually, they given the name for the Python. Generally, what people are thinking is, okay, the Python name is provided based on the snake name. In Telugulo, it's Konda Chiluva. So, based on that, they provided the Python name. No. They given the name based on TV show. The name Python was selected from the TV show. The TV show name was, it's the Complete Monty Python's Circus. That is a TV program which was broadcasted in BBC channel from 1969 to 1974. That program was broadcasted in BBC channel. Okay. So based on that TV show, they given the programming language as Python. Okay. So don't think that based on the snake name, they provided the name for the Python program. Okay. See, Python was selected based on TV show. What is that TV show? The TV show name is the complete Monty Python's Circus. Python's Circus. Okay, which was broadcasted in BBC channel from 1969 to 1974. So based on this TV show, they provided the name for the Python programming. Okay, right. See, the Guido, the person whoever is developed this Python, Guido developed Python language by taking almost all programming features from different languages. Okay, so what are all the features are supported? Features of Python. Whenever the Guido is implementing this Python, he took different features from different programming languages and implemented all kinds of programming features. Okay, example, functional programming features from C, that is called procedural oriented. Okay, so functional. So each and every small task we need to implement in the form of functions. So functional programming implemented are functional programming features. Functional programming features from which language? From C language. So basically, C is a functional programming language, or you can say procedural oriented programming language. So the functional related concepts they have taken from the C language. So that means procedural oriented is supporting in the Python. Next, object oriented. Object oriented programming. Object oriented programming features from C++. They have taken object oriented features from C++. Next, scripting programming, scripting language. So scripting programming from, if you want to do the scripting with Python, so this scripting programming they have taken from, there is a programming language called Perl and shell script. They have taken the features from this Perl and shell script and they are supporting this scripting programming in the Python. Next, modular programming features from modular. Sorry, what is that? Sorry, modular programming features from modular 3. Okay, so Python is implemented different programming features, and these programming features they have taken from different programming languages, like functional programming features from C, object oriented programming features from C++, scripting programming from Perl and shell script, and modular programming features from modular 3. So all kinds of programming features are supporting in the Python. That's why people are showing interested to use this Python, because instead of going with different programmings, you can use one straight programming language, that is Python, because in the Python all the programming features are supporting in this language. Okay, right. See, most of the syntax in Python derived from C and ABC languages. Okay, the syntax, it's very simple. The syntax of the Python is very simple. So the syntax wise, they have taken from C language, and there is another programming language called ABC languages. Okay, most of the programming languages are derived from C and ABC languages. Okay, right. See, what is this ABC programming language? ABC is an early programming language developed in 1980. Like C, C++, the programming language is ABC. It was developed in 1980s. It was designed to be simple and beginner friendly. It is developed, and the syntax is also, it's very simple and beginner friendly. The same programming language, it is influenced to create the Python under. Okay, right. So where we are going to use this Python? Where we are going to use this Python? Where we are going to use this Python? Where we can use Python? Where we can use this Python? See here the different applications which supports Python. What? See, nowadays in the latest technologies, almost all AI related technologies, they are using Python. In future, whatever the new technologies are coming, those also they're going to support Python. So we can use everywhere. What are all the most common important application areas where we are using this Python? See, nowadays to develop desktop applications. To develop desktop applications, let's say I want to develop one simple calculator application and I want to run on my local system. So that applications are called like desktop applications. So to develop desktop applications and to develop web applications. So here people are using different kind of libraries like Django. Like this, they are using different kind of libraries. Those libraries are developed with Python only. So using this Python, people are developing this web-based applications. Okay. So to develop the web-based applications and for developing database applications, for developing database applications. Next, for developing games also. Developing games. Next, for data analysis application, data analyst. In that also, people are trying to use some different kind of libraries. Those libraries also internally they are using Python for data analysis applications. For data analysis applications. Next, for machine learning, machine ML. For machine learning and deep learning. So all these subjects, they are using this Python. Okay. For working on to develop AI related applications, artificial intelligence applications, to develop AI applications. Next, to develop IoT related applications, Internet of Things. So to develop this IoT also, this Python is using under. So everywhere, in future, whatever the new technologies are coming, all those technologies, they are internally using programming language as the Python. Okay. Our internal Google, YouTube, all those things and all they are using Python programming. Okay, top software companies like Google, Microsoft, Yahoo, all those things and all they are using the Python because the Python, it supports thousands of libraries for different kind of applications. It's not like C++. The Python, it has facility to support different kind of application developments. That's why people are preferring to use this Python. Okay, right. Okay. So what are all the features of the Python? What are all the features of the Python? See, it's very simple language to use it. It's a simple and easy to learn. It's a simple and easy to learn. So that's why for the beginner's point of view, use programming language as the Python. And see, hereafter, concentrate on Python only. Don't look for other programming languages. Okay. Don't look for other programming languages like C, C++, Java, or C# and other things and so on. Leave it. Concentrate on only Python. That is your core and that is going to be your future also. As long as you are working on the Python, you will be there in the market. Because once you start working with Python, you can learn or you can easily learn the packages which is dependent on the Python, like machine learning, deep learning, NLP, natural language processing. For the generative AI point of view, we are trying to use different kind of frameworks. Those frameworks also internally they are using this Python. Okay, so try to be strong on the Python. Okay, so hereafter your goal is even whatever the programming you are writing, whether it is a simple line of program or complex program, also try to be write it in the Python only. Leave it other things. Okay, if you are strong in the Python, you can survive anywhere. Even for the generative AI also, whenever you go and apply as the generative AI developer, there also you are using this Python. Almost you need to do like 80% of the coding in the Python only. Okay, so here the syntaxes are very easy and it's very simple. Okay, so simple and easy to learn. So Python is a simple programming language. When we read Python program, we can feel like reading a English statements. The syntaxes are very simple and only maximum it contains some 30 plus keywords like if, else, for, while, like this. You have some 30 plus keywords are available in the Python. When compared with other languages, we can write programs with very less number of lines. I told you, right? So whenever you are comparing with other programming languages, in Python point of view, you are writing very less number of lines of code. In Java, you are writing 10 lines of program. Here you are writing with one simple function and with that you can print it. We can reduce the development and cost of the project also. In other programming languages, there you need to write lot of lines of code. But here in Python, you can write it in the simple line. That's it. That's why I'm saying it's a simple and easy to learn. And next, it's a freeware and open source. It's a freeware and open source. This programming language, it is available for free of cost. You can download and you can start using it. And if you are capable, if you want to modify the software, you can modify the software also because it is a open source. When I say open source means the customizations are available. So the second point is free and open source. We can use Python software without any license. It is called freeware. If its a source code is open, so we can customize based our requirement. Example, I want to execute Java program on top of the Python. Java is one programming language. Python is one programming language. You have developed the software in Java. I want to execute this Java code on the Python. So if you want to execute it, there is a Python library called Jython. There is a library called Jython, Jython. That means on top of the Python, they have customized to support Java code under. So that is called Jython. So Jython is a customized version of the Python to work on the Java applications. So like this, if you want to work with C programming, there is some specific version of Python is there. Similarly for .NET version. So like this, because Python is open source, right? So you can customize it according to your requirement and all. So the example is Jython. So Jython is a customized Python version to work on the Java applications on the Python. Next. It's a high-level programming language. It's a high-level programming language like C, C++, Java. So Python is a high-level programming language, and it is programmer-friendly language. Being a programmer, we are not required to concentrate on low-level activities like memory management, security, etc. Okay, so as a programmer, you are going to concentrate how your logic is working. And when you are giving input, are you getting the output properly or not? High level programming language means here you are giving the instructions in the form of English statements so that it is easy to understand. So internally how it is working and how it is internal algorithms are applying and all, we need not to worry. Okay, next. It's a platform independent. Platform independent. So what is meant by platform independent? So this Python programming, it is a supporting in different operating systems. It is not only specific to Windows. This Python is supports different programming languages like Windows, Linux, Mac, other operating systems and all. So that's why it is platform independent. Okay. So once we write the Python program, it can run on any platform. It can run on any platform. That means any operating system without rewriting once again. Suppose if it is platform dependent means what? You are writing a programming in the Windows machine. If it is platform dependent means this programming is supporting only on Windows only. Whatever the program you have written in Windows, you cannot execute on the Mac or you cannot execute on the Linux. So such kind of programming languages are called platform dependent programming. But when I say platform independent means you are writing program in Windows, the same program can be executed without writing anything, without rewriting anything. Directly you can execute program on the, okay. So that is called platform independent. Okay, right. Next, another feature is portability. Another feature is portability. So what is meant by portability? Python programs are portable. That is, we can migrate from one platform to another platform very easily. Python programs will provide same results on any platform. You have written the program in Windows operating system. After execution, what is the output you are getting? The same kind of result also you are getting in the other operating systems also. So that is called portable. So that means we can migrate from one platform to another platform. Okay. So next. Dynamically typed. It's a dynamically typed programming language. What is meant by dynamically typed programming language? Like JavaScript. JavaScript is also like dynamically typed programming language. What is meant by that? In Python, we are not required to declare variables. In Java, whenever you try to use variables, first here you are using int x is equal to 10, int y is equal to 10. That means before you start using any variables, first you need to declare it. That is a statically typed program. But when it comes to like dynamically typed programming language, you need not to declare the variables. Directly you can specify the variable and you can start using it. In Python, we are not required to declare the type of variables. That means you need not to specify the data type. Whenever we are assigning the value, based on that value, type will be allocated automatically. Hence, Python is considered as dynamically typed programming language. Similarly, like JavaScript. But in case of Java, C are statically typed programming language because we have to declare before you start using those variables. This dynamic typing nature will provide more flexibility to the program. Okay, this dynamically typed nature is giving more flexibility to the program. Okay. Next. It is both procedural oriented and as well as object oriented. It is both procedural oriented and object oriented. It's both procedural oriented and object oriented. Okay. So the best example for the procedural oriented is what? C. Python language supports both procedural oriented like C, Pascal. These are all the examples of the procedural oriented. And object oriented like C++, Java. These are all the examples of object oriented. So in Python, it contains both the features. Okay. So that's why we get security and reusability from both these programming languages. Next, it is interpreted. What is meant by interpreted? We are not required to compile the Python programs explicitly. Normally, if you take like C, C++, Java, those are all the compiler based programming languages. After writing the program, you have to do the compilation. In the compilation process, they generate some different kind of file formats. And that file format, it is going to send it to the runner and to execute the program. But in case of Python, here it won't take compilation process. Directly it is executing the program. How? Based on the interpreter. We are not required to compile the Python program explicitly. Internally, the Python interpreter will take care that compilation process under. See, if you are taking care the compilation process, in the compilation process, after program is implemented, it is going to check the entire program. Are there any syntactical errors or not? But in case of interpreter, it is executing like step-by-step execution. What is the difference between compiler and interpreter? In the compilation process, it is going to be applied on the entire program or entire file. But when it comes to like interpreter, it executes like step-by-step execution. If compilation fails, interpreter raised syntax errors. Once compilation success, then PVM. What is this PVM? Python virtual machine is responsible to execute. If there are no issues on the program, then PVM will take care to execute your program. PVM, Python virtual machine. Okay. So here in the Python, there is no interpreter. It is working based on the interpreter. In the Python, there is no compiler. Sorry. In the Python, there is no compiler. So it is working based on the interpreter. Extensible. So what is this extensible? We can use other language programs in Python. Example, I told you Zaita. So the main advantages of this approach are we can use already existing legacy in non-Python code. Suppose you are developing one application in the Python freshly. If any code is implemented, that means if any old versions are already implemented in different programming languages, that code you can execute in your current Python code. Why? Because already legacy applications, that means old applications are already developed in some other programming language, right? So again, if you want to develop such kind of applications from the beginning, it's very, very difficult. So that's why you can extend this feature. That means you can execute the other programming languages code in the Python also. So that feature is representing extensible. We can improve the performance of the application. Okay, so it supports extensive library. See, Python has very rich inbuilt library. It supports thousands and lakhs of libraries to work on different kind of applications. Being a programmer, we can use this library directly and we are not responsible to implement the functionality. See, as a developer or as a programmer, whatever the Python has it inside, we need to utilize it. You need not to implement a new functionality. Already, Python is providing a version of libraries. So to utilize those libraries, our life is not sufficient. Okay, you need not to implement extra. Whatever it is already provided, just utilize it. That's it. Okay, so like this, it supports different kind of features. Of course, what are all the limitations of the Python? Limitations. Performance is not up to that mark. Why? Because it is interpreted. Okay, at this moment, it is not supporting for mobile applications. Maybe in future, Python will develop a library to support mobile applications also. Okay, So when it comes to like the limitations, when it comes to like limitations, what are the limitations of the, so performance is not up to the mark, because of interpreter. Okay, next, it is not supporting mobile applications. At this moment, it is not supporting any kind of library to develop the mobile applications. Maybe in future it may support. Okay, so these are all the limitations at this moment. Okay, so we have different kind of flavors of Python. I told you, right, there is a version called Zython. Zython means you can run Java applications on the Python code. That is Zython. If you want to write or if you want to execute C code on the Python programming, the version name is C Python. It is standard flavor of Python. It can be used to work with C language applications. So what are all the flavors of Python? Let me write. Flavors of Python. One is C Python. You can run C applications on the Python code. There is something like Zython or JPython, or you can say JPython. It is for Java applications. It can run on JVM. If you want to work with C# programming, that is called Iron Python. If you want to execute this Python code on the .NET versions, we will call it as Iron Python. We'll call it as Iron Python. There is one more version called PyPy. There is one more version called PyPy. The main advantage of the PyPy is performance will be improved because JIT compiler is available inside PVM. PVM means Python Virtual Machine. Okay, so the another flavor of the Python is PyPy. In the PyPy version, there is a JIT compiler is available. Because of this JIT compiler, the performance is improved. Normally, the Python programming is somewhat slow when comparing with Java and other programming is. But you can improve the performance by using this PyPy flavored version of the Python. Inside it contains JIT compiler. Because of this JIT compiler, the performance of the application is improved. There is one more flavor called Ruby Python. If you want to work with Ruby programming with Python, so for Ruby Python, so for Ruby platforms, Wherever you are using this Ruby programmings, if you want to work with that, then Ruby Python. There is one more flavor called Anaconda Python. There is one more flavor called Anaconda Python. It is specifically designed for handling large volumes of data processing. So now, whenever we try to work with this data science or this Gen AI or like machine learning or maybe other programming kind of like applications and all, we are trying to use this version. We are trying to use this flavor. Which one? Anaconda Python. This Anaconda Python internally, which contains a lot of libraries inside it. Okay, so we are trying to use this Anaconda Python to work on our generative AI or data science or machine learning or artificial intelligence or NLP or whatever it is. So this is one of the flavor of the Python. Okay, right. Okay. So these are all the flavors of the Python. So C Python. So it is the standard flavor of the Python. It can be used to work with the C applications. Zython or JP Python. It is for Java applications. Iron Python, that is for .NET platforms. There is another platform called or another flavor called PyPy or PyPy. So if you start writing under the PyPy, inside there is JIT compiler is there. Using that, you can increase the performance of the application. Especially while working with our artificial intelligence, AI or data science or generative AI or deep learning. So here we are trying to work with very large volume of data. When I say large volume means like here you are going to work with like millions, billions, trillions and petabytes of the data. So to work on such kind of things, we are going to use another flavor called Anaconda Python. Okay, so we are trying to use this Anaconda Python for our programming also. Okay, so just give me like 2 minutes. We'll see how to install the Python version. See, you can install directly Python from the official website, or instead of that, you can directly install Anaconda Python. So if you start installing Anaconda Python, inside it consists of different kind of IDEs. Okay, we'll see. We'll talk about it. Just give me like 2 to 3 minutes. I'll be back. So any doubts up to this?
No.
Okay. Gayatri, Jaya,
No, sir.
Mike.
No, sir.
Thank you. I'll be back. Okay. So in my computer, already Python is installed and even Anaconda flavor is also installed. So normally, if you don't have Python, first what you need to do is in your system, open command prompt. Open command prompt. So in my Mac, we will call it as a terminal. Terminal is nothing but it's a command prompt in the Mac. Okay. So here, whenever you give the command python-v, if Python is not installed, you will see something like Python is not recognized either internally or externally. Like that, you will get the error message. So for me, it's already installed. For me, it's already installed. That's why it is showing some kind of like libraries and it is showing some kind of libraries. I think it's a Python hyphen version. Oh, okay. See, the Python version is, which is I have installed 3.13.5. So in my system, it's already there. In my system, it's already there. That's why whenever I have given this command like Python hyphen hyphen version, I'm getting the Python version is 3.13.5. So Python starts with like 1.x, 2.x, and 3.x also. But those 2.x versions, all those things and all, it's gone. Now it is available 3.x versions and all. Now let's say install Python. See, this is the official website for the Python, python.org. Click on here. Now see, this is download Python version. Looking for Python with the different versions. See, Python for Windows, Linux, Mac, Android, and other things. And now see, all these are all the previous versions. 2.7 that is gone. 3.6 that is also gone. Now the latest version is 3.16. Now I have installed this 3.15. Okay. So what you can do is you can download Python 3.14.3. Download the latest version for Mac. Now I'm using Mac version, right? So that's why. Suppose if you are working with Windows, you can install the latest versions and all. You can install the latest Python 3 release. This one you can use it and you can use this version. Okay. So this is normally if you're trying to install only this Python only, it will be installed. In future, if I want to install anything, again, you need to install separately. Okay. So instead of installing this version, what you can do is you can download and install Anaconda flavor. Google download Anaconda Python. See, you can download Anaconda distribution. In this Anaconda distribution, it consists of number of IDEs also. I'll show you. So click on accept all. See here, you can download. You can get the access in 30 seconds, completely free. You can download, click on here, and you will get one exe file. Okay, I think it is asking join Anaconda to unlock access powerful. I think you can join with, you can download by logging in with your Gmail and then you can click on it. So the file would be downloaded. The file would be downloaded. Okay. So once it is downloaded and installed, because the Anaconda version is very big version. Okay. So it takes some little amount of time to install it. So download and install it. So once it is installed, it is going to show like this, Anaconda Navigator. You will see like this, Anaconda Navigator. Okay. So click on here. Click on here. So no need to install this Python version like python.org. Instead of that, directly download this Anaconda version and start installing it. Now see, once you install this Anaconda Navigator, it consists of different kind of IDEs. See, for our Playwright point of view, we are using this Visual Studio Code. Similarly, using this Visual Studio Code also, we can develop our Python programming. So this is one of the IDE. Jupyter is one of the IDE. PyCharm, this is one of the IDE. Spider, this is one of the IDE. So like this, you have different kind of IDEs are available. So whenever you install this Anaconda, you will get this kind of IDEs also. At that time, you can use different kind of IDEs. At that time, you can use different kind of IDEs and you can use any one of the IDE. Okay. So you can use Jupyter, you can use PyCharm, you can use VS Code, you can use Spider, anything you can use it according to your wish. So whenever you install this Anaconda, all these things and all will be by default, you will get it. Otherwise, you have to install separately. And whenever you try to work with like large volume of data sets, this Anaconda, which consists of everything. Let's say in future, you are trying to work with like NumPy, like numerical scientific calculations. Like, let's say if you want to work with like big matrix or some scientific calculations. So to do that, we are trying to use some different kind of libraries like NumPy, Pandas, okay, scikit-learn, like different kind of libraries we are trying to use it. If you are installing like normal python.org Python version, again, you need to install different kind of libraries and on top of the Python. But if you are installing Anaconda, in the Anaconda, everything you are having all this kind of libraries and okay. So install this Anaconda version and everything you will get it. Okay. So you can use either Jupyter or you can use PyCharm or you can use Spider and okay. So these are all the different kind of IDEs. Using these IDEs, we are going to develop our programming. Okay. So for installation point of view, instead of going with python.org, better to download this Anaconda version and then try to install. And we will see according to our requirement. And in the companies, people are trying to use either PyCharm or Jupyter, or sometimes this Spider also will be okay. So this Spider also will be using it. Okay. Or this Visual Studio Code is very powerful for the our TypeScript and JavaScript, but people also using this VS Code for to work on the Python. So that is also excellent idea. And okay, so all those things and all will be inbuilt as part of the Anaconda. Okay, so this is about the installation of the Python. From tomorrow, we'll see the programming. Okay, yeah. Any doubts?
No, sir. No, sir.
Diksha.
No, sir. I don't have any doubt.
Okay. Okay. So tomorrow morning at 5:30. So we'll start with the fundamentals. Okay. So that time we can use either Spider or PyCharm or a Jupyter notebook or anything to work on our exercises.